Good afternoon, children. In the last class, we analyzed a poem titled Lines Written in Early Spring. Here in this class, we are going to discuss some other textual activities, questions, or some other things also related to that poem we can discuss now. Right? First of all, I say to you, if you want, you can note it. If you learn any poem, there will be some other questions in our mind. Those questions, you would note it. First, who is the speaker of the poem? Anyhow, there will be a speaker. Speaker means who speaks, who addresses the readers. Maybe the poet or anyone, okay? That's the first question. Second, rhyming words of the poem. I think it is so easy for you to find out. Rhyming words, note it. Third one, rhyme scheme of the poem. Rhyme scheme of the poem. It is also very simple to find out. Then, fourth one, theme of the poem. There will be a content or main idea. That idea we want to find out. What does the poet mean by that poem? Next one, a question will be there like this, comment on. One line will be there and a question will be like this, comment on that. The toughest line only will come. That means you want to explain that line. Its meaning or its idea you want to convey. That only it means. Next question, who is I referred here, or who is she referred here, who is there referred here? Like this a question will be there. Or what does I stand for? What does he stand for? What does they stand for? These are the questions we should know. Okay, then what if you learn any poem, we have to find out the answers for these questions. Right? First, we can take this one. Another one is I forgot to say that figure of speech. Figure of speech is a common name. We know simile, metaphor, personification, alliteration, assonance, onomatopoeia, consonants. These are the figure of speech or figures of speech. Okay, that's all. Then, first we can discuss here, you see, hyperbole. Hyperbole means Hyperbole. Hyperbole. That's all it pronounce, okay? Then hyperbole means, suppose I see a fish like this. This is much big only. Then I say to you, I saw a fish like this. That means what? There is an exaggeration, not a real one. To exaggerate something, it is known as hyperbole. Right? To exaggerate. In our poem, in the first stanza itself, it is there. Can you say that? Yes, that's right. I heard 1,000 blended notes. That much blended notes are there? That much blended notes the poet could hear? No. There is an exaggeration, so it is a hyperbole. The next one, alliteration. Alliteration means, do you know consonant sound? Do you know vowel sound? Vowel sound A, E, I, O, U. They are the vowel sound. Then all consonants. So, definition of the alliteration is two consonant or two words come in one line. Two words come in one line. Both the words begin with the consonant sound. Very simple. Two words come in one line. Both words begin with the consonant sound. Right? Do you know that? For example, man, made of man. Okay? Man, what is there? Made, is there. Another also man is there. So it is what? Alliteration. Very simple. Many are there. Okay? Many examples you can find out. Then next one, that's assonance. Assonance, that's another figure of speech. But it is not coming here. That's why I don't want to discuss that. Assonance. The next one is consonance. Consonance means consonant sound we know. Okay. Consonant sound we know. But here consonance means there are also two words minimum. But in the case of alliteration we said both the words begin with the consonant sound. Here not begin with any place it will come. For example, hopped, played. Okay, D is there, hopped, D is there, played, D is there. Okay, as another one also what to be, some others also are there. Then heard, blunted. Okay, D is there. So it is known as consonants. So alliteration in the beginning, consonants means what? It will come any place, not only in the beginning. Okay, some other place it will come. Then next one is this one, personification. What? Personification. Personification means, suppose here is a spider or some other creature is there, a bird is there, or a tree is there. I say it is there. Am I right? We use that. Usually we use that word only. Instead of bird we use it. A cow is there out of campus, then we say what? It is there. A crow is there, I say it is there. But instead of it, I use the word he or she. It is known as personification. That means not at all a person, but we personify that. Okay, in the place of animal or some other creature or anything, there we use the word he or she. It is known as personification. Right? Body is there, then I say what he is there, she is there. No. It is what a personification. Got the idea? Right. Next one, images. Visual image, auditory image, then what? Olfactory image, the tactile image. Visual means seeing things. Auditory means hearing. Okay. Then olfactory, smell something. And tactile means touching or feeling. I heard there is what? Auditory image. The trees, flowers, visual images are there. Okay. These are the images. The next and last one is this one. That is a rhetoric question. Rhetoric question means there is no answer to it. The poet asks, what man has made of man? The what express any answer? No. There is no answer. There is no answer to it. Such a question is known as rhetorical question. Okay. Do these things as your homework. Okay, now our session is going up. Then I am going to wind up this session. Stay at home and stay safe. We can break the chain. Bye. See you. And we'll meet in our real class.
How do we get home from this place unknown? The sky's bright, rain on me, white eyes, here's a big